Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone, who do rule and teach well. Peace and blessings, salutations to the hopefully elect, Tabernacle of David, the Akim and Akwath, out there diligently laboring in his truth, lifting up the standard of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai wherever you may be, in truth and sincerity. All right, so we are in a very weird time, and the devil, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, he's working on their left hand. All right, this man is performing all kind of sorcery and witchcraft on the minds of the people right now. Many things that he's doing, but the main thing, the main focus, the topic of the hour, if you will, is this coming election. And they have the Democratic convention coming up in mid-August, all right, where they're going to choose the, Democratic candidate to run for president. All right, so listen, things are about to get shaken up. But in the midst of all this, really what this devil wants, and this is part of that witchcraft, this is part of the wiles of the devil, is that he wants to come and take you Jakes out. All right, because this devil, we've been at war with Esau, but see, now it's about to be a very direct war. All right, to where this man is gonna seek to lay hands on the Lord's chosen, and he's gonna justify it by means of this election season. Now we'll get into it, and you'll see what I mean by that. But this is Ephesians chapter 6, and verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Right? Now let's go into that word wiles here. Right? When you go into that word wiles, it means tricks, devious or cunning stratagems employed in manipulating or persuading someone to do what one wants. You see? Now going into this political madness, which is really all a dog and pony show. All right, all this is part of the wiles of the devil. Okay, this is part of how he's going to persuade, other Edomites to come against you Jakes. All right, to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So every day that goes by, this spiritual war is more and more manifest. These devils, their wisdom is failing them. You see, the Lord is taking away their ability to conjure that left hand energy. So now Esau is scrambling. And it says in the book of Job that in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. So this devil now, Esau, he's in a position of difficulty. He doesn't know what to do, and he's scrambling right now. He's trying to consult with left hand demons, left hand spirits, the spiritual being Satan, trying to get answers. All right, but he's confounded. All right, and this is why so many people now are on to this devil, because his witchcraft ain't working like it used to. All right, the witchcraft ain't witchcrafting no more, man. So now the only thing that's left for this devil to do is come down with the sword. And that's ultimately what is about to happen when this election season is all said and done. All right, it's going to be chaos in these streets. And the main target is going to be you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Right now, we know that Joe Biden has since dropped out the race. Right? Joe Biden has dropped out the race. And now he's endorsing Kamala Harris. And she's being heralded as the first so-called black female president. Okay, but she ain't so-called black. All right, she's not a Negro. Her father is an Elamite. Okay, an East Indian. All right, that from what I've looked into is from the island of Jamaica, right? But her grandfather or great-grandfather owned a slave plantation on the island. Okay, so her family is not from the bloodline of Israelites through her father. All right, she's an Indian. And as you can see here from this you know, back when she was in California, which, by the way, when she was in California, she made her name prominent through locking up so-called black men. All right, that's what she's known for. And that's how she became to be so popular in the political arena. You see? So as you can see the title here, California's Kamala Harris becomes first Indian American U.S. Senator. You see that? This is back in 2016. All right? She became the first Indian American U.S. Senator. Now, when you go forward today, this is what they're saying now. Okay, now this is from July 21st, 2024. Kamala Harris could become the first black woman to head a major party's presidential ticket. You see this? So 8 years ago, she was an Indian American woman. Right now in 2024, now she's the first black woman to head a major party's presidential ticket. And even Kamala herself came out and said that she's not black. She herself even said this. So why are now the reports and the articles coming out with titles about her being the first black woman when she ain't even black? She don't claim to be black. She never claimed to be black. And if she's claiming to be so-called black now, it's because that's what her handlers want her to say, because the stage is being set to once again come against you tribes, man, to come against you Israelites. All right, because listen, everybody can see that America's going down. Everybody can see that this place is finishing through. This is why Trump is the last hope for this place to come back. And if he don't win in November, you already know what's going to happen. The main target, if she gets in there instead of Trump, they're going to blame you Jakes. They're going to say, God damn, these so-called black people, because now she's black, right? Years ago she was Indian, now she's black. So if she gets in there and she wins within this little amount of time, like look at what just happened. Over the past few days, allegedly, they've said that black women have donated, I forget what the figure was. I think it was like over $18 million or something like that to her campaign. This is within a few days. So all this funding, all this money, but she's raised over $150 million, right? So all this money is going to Kamala Harris's campaign because there's a big push behind her to win this presidency, man. And what I feel in the spirit is that she is going to win, that they are going to put her in there, all right, for the sake of all this chaos to come forth and for you Jakes to be blamed for the fall of America. Because look, and really this whole election has been turned into a black and white thing, all right? White people are going to vote for Trump, and the black people, so-called black people are supposed to vote for Kamala Harris, all right? So this whole thing, like I said, is a dog and pony show, man. Like, this thing is being set up to be egregious, all right? Nothing good is going to come of this because America is a sinking ship anyway. It don't matter who they put in there, Trump or Kamala. America's still going down. This place is through, right? But it's very convenient how now they want to say that she's a black woman, just like how they said Barack Obama was the first, black president, all right? But she wasn't a, so-called Negro neither. His father was from Kenya, all right? But because you've been around black culture and, you might know some things, now you want to be down, all right? Now you want to be on the Brandy tip. Now you want to be down, right? But, hey, check it out. Nothing good is going to come from this election, man. All right? All that's going to come is the demonization of you Israelites, the accelerated fall of America, and ultimately these Edomites being stirred up in the spirit to come against you Jakes. This is what's being set up here. So that, like I said, like we just read in Ephesians 6, man, these are the wiles of the devil. Okay? These are the wiles of the devil, man, because the stage has already been set. All right? White people are angry. They're stirred up in the spirit. They're discontented with what America has become. And Trump really has become their last hope, man. Listen, for these Edomites, it's Trump or nothing. They don't want to hear nothing about no Kamala Harris. All these Edomites, they're going to vote for Trump. They're going to put their money on Trump. Because they don't want to see no woman in there, much less a woman of color. They want Trump to be in office. This is why America was on the brink of civil war when Trump nearly got assassinated. because he's their last hope. All right. But pay attention to this, man. Pay attention to the contrast between 8 years ago to now. Indian, now she black. So through the spirit, you can see what's going on here. And let's check out your man, Dr. Umar, because he touches on it a little bit, man. Listen, basically, this election season that's coming up, you so-called black people, you better get your weaponry up. You better not be caught in certain places, because these Edomites are basically stirred up in the spirit. All right, now we don't advocate to trust in carnality. That's not our thing. We're spiritual warriors, but at the end of the day, if somebody come against you, then the scriptures do say that it is a righteous thing to recompense tribulation to those that trouble you. So you do have you are within your means to defend yourself, right? But we're not telling nobody to go out there and pick up arms and come against these Edomites. No, ultimately the Lord is going to fight for us, all right? And we have spiritual power coming to where we're going to put our enemies down, you see? But we're going to check this out. Dr. Umar goes in a little bit, and hey man, we're in those times where things is getting heavy. So it's time to, be circumspect and stop playing around. Really put your salvation on to the forefront. All right? So let's go.
And show up and show out for Kamala Harris, who never did a damn thing for black people. That's my issue. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Every black person listening to me, on November the 5th, you need to be in a black community when the election results are read. My bougie niggas living in the suburbs, living in an all-white community, you do not want to be caught outside on November the 5th if Donald Trump loses. Because here's my thinking, Art. We only got 3 months and a few weeks to the presidential election. Let me say that again. We only got 3 months and a few weeks to the presidential election on November 5th. You mean to tell me Joe Biden backs out with 3 months left, anoints Kamala to his spot? She only got 3 months to campaign, and you still going to beat a very popular Donald Trump? Do you think?
And that's a valid, that's a valid question. All right? 3 months of campaigning compared to Trump, who's a former president and the most popular pick by far. Because these Edomites, whoever they want to get in there is going to get in. Now, that's how it is on paper. But the popular candidate to be president is Donald Trump. Now, we've gone into lessons to where we've gone into this whole political, madness. And, all of this is really set up to sway the minds of the people, because the popular vote really don't count for shit, right? The popular vote doesn't determine who becomes president. It's the electoral college that chooses who they're going to select and put in there. It's not the people, because America is not a democracy. It's an oligarchy, which means the rule of a few. And who are those few? The Rockefellers, the Bilderbergers, the Oppenheimers, the DuPonts, the Gettys, the elite banking families that run this whole planet. All right? These are the people that fund whatever side that they want to set up and put before the people as your leader. All right? The president, they not making no decisions. They're the ones taking orders. Okay? From the least to the greatest, man. All of them are taking orders from these elites, because they have the funding, they have the money, and they have the power to shut down any government or take anybody out that goes against their will. So they're the ones that have the power to put and select whoever that they want into the office of the president, to govern the minds, to control the government of America, Babylon the Great. See? So it doesn't matter. People are all wound up. Families are being torn apart over Trump and Biden. I seen an article today that an 80-year-old man was setting up Trump signs in his front yard, and some liberal Democrat supporters came by roll by on ATVs and lit him up, put him to death because they seen that he had Trump signs in his yard. So if that type of shit is already happening, what do you think is gonna happen when Kamala gets in there? You don't think that these right wing Trump supporters are gonna lose their fucking mind over this guy? And yo, don't let Trump get assassinated, because they've been talking about that too. They've been talking about taking more attempts on this man's life. So don't let this man turn up dead before the election. Let Trump turn up dead and Kamala get up in the White House. Listen, America is through. All right. That's all we can say. America is finished, man. Like, it ain't no bringing this place back.
The American people are going to believe Donald Trump lost fairly after y'all tried him in court, convicted him in court. And I know we'll get later to the artificial assassination, but nonetheless, do you really think Americans are going to believe Kamala Harris beat Donald Trump straight up? I'm not too sure about that. And if poor white America thinks they were robbed of this election, that January 6th takeover, that was nothing but a pool party for.
Yeah, let Trump lose this election, man, or lose this selection by design. All right, that January 6th spirit, which that was all set up too, but that January 6th spirit that them Edomites was in, that's gonna come back, but it's gonna be targeted towards you Israelites. And this is what Jake don't seem to understand. Jake don't understand the magnitude of the times that we're in. Jake is still out here playing games and living in mirth and folly. Meanwhile, you being set up to be taken by the enemy, which can pass you round about, man. All right? The only way out of this is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. That's the only way out, man. That's the only way out, because the enemy, he's preparing to come in like a flood, man, and devour you Israelites. And let's get a scripture, right? Revelation 12. Revelation, 12 and 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the child." And of course, we know that the woman represents the 12 tribes of Israel, right? "And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place where she is nourished for a time, and times and half a time, from the face of the serpent. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which kept the commandments of Yahweh, and have the testimony of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach." Which who is that? Who keep the commandments of Yahweh? Who have the testimony of Yahweh Shai? Well, it's going to be the elect. Okay, those that are not going to bow down to the image of the beast. Those that are not going to side with the devil when he brings his witchcraft and enchantments and sets them before you. Those that are going to sooner die than take this man's mark and worship him. All right? That's really who Esau wants. Esau wants to take out the elect, because 2/3 of our people, they're going to be cut off and die. Right? 2/3 of our people are going to be cut off and die, man. They don't keep the commandments. See, they don't have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. All right? Many of our people don't even believe in Yahweh Shai, man. They praise the name of another God. They out there calling on Allah, calling on JC, God, Buddha. You see? It's only a remnant of the nation of Israel that have came back in return to the commandments and hold the testimony of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. All right? Which is this truth. That's who Esau wants, because Esau not worried about the 2/3, because Esau knows that they're really no threat to him. All right, Esau can have his way with the 2/3 seed, but he wants the ones that have the power. He wants the ones that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai, man, and that call upon the names of Yahweh while Yahweh Shai. That's who Esau wants to destroy. But as the scriptures say, the earth is going to help the woman, man. So, hey, the Lord is going to make a way ultimately for the elect to escape what this devil is going to bring. All right, which is great tribulation. See, he's going to seek to cause you to, forsake the Lord, man. This is what all of this is all about. Let's continue.
For what you're about to see in this country if Donald Trump loses this election. I would not want to be a black person in a white neighborhood on November the 5th, 2024, when those presidential election results are read and Donald Trump is not the winner. I believe white folks are going to show up and show out art. You better have a gun, a knife. Black people better exercise, what is it, our Second Amendment rights? Right to carry, is that the Second Amendment or the Fourth?
I want to say the second.
I think it's the second. Black folks better exercise their right to carry. You better buy every gun, every bullet you got. Because if Donald J. Trump loses this election, going against a Democrat who had 3 months to run, you had 3 months to run and you beat Donald Trump, white America gonna flip off, Art.
See, and he already know that because look at the last election, right? They were saying that the last election was rigged. And that's why January 6th happened. January 6th happened because they said that Trump was robbed back in 2020. And the whole January 6th thing popped off. So, like Dr. Umar was saying, if Kamala gets in there with 3 months to run and actually somehow win the election, them Edomites ain't going for that. Them Edomites is going to turn up like you've never seen before. And guess what? You Jakes are going to be the main target, man. Okay, because why? Now she's the first black woman president. All right? Or she will be the first so-called black woman president. So you Negroes, all right, are going to take the brunt of the wrath of these Edomites. Okay, and this is what they want. All right, they want you to be the scapegoat to take the blame for the fall of America. And these Edomites, believe you me, they looking for a reason. They itching for a reason to take you Jakes out, to go and hunt you Israelites, man. They looking for a reason. All these migrants that came over the border, they see now that Jake is doing better than a lot of Edomites. You see what I'm saying? Jake out here driving Porsche, Porsche 911s and driving BMWs and Benzes. Meanwhile, you got a lot of these Edomites that's out here homeless, man. Look out there on the West Coast. A lot of them Edomites is homeless, destitute, drugged up, bugged out their mind. Just destroyed, man. And Jake is doing better than them in their own society. They not having children like that. They're losing their jobs. The elite are coming against them, pricing them out of their suburban neighborhoods. Now they're having to downgrade and go back to the hood. Now you got Edomites going to the hood, man, to find affordable housing. This is what America has become. And guess what? Kamala Harris, she's going to be the face because guess what? When she get in there, all she's going to do is just make the situation worse. All right? She's going to pass more unrighteous decrees. She's just going to be doing dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? And these Edomites, once again, is not going for it. And everybody, listen, man, if you're paying attention to us to what the political situation is in America, then it ain't no way in hell that Kamala Harris, she ain't got no business being up in the White House. All right? It's crazy, man.
I'm going to make sure I'm ready, brother. Make sure you're ready. And I want all my American Africans out there, wherever you live in America, especially if you're in a city that's predominantly white, if you're in a state that's predominantly white. We in Philly, which is half black, half white, 50-50. You know what I mean? But Black people, please be prepared for what can happen on these streets if Donald J. Trump loses that election. And to that point, Art, this is why I think the shadow government has a lot of deciding and a lot of reasoning and a lot of debating to do. Because here's the thing, Art. If you steal the election from Trump and give it to the Democratic Party, whether it's Kamala or anyone else, because you want to make sure China doesn't take over Africa, and you want to make sure China doesn't take over the Caribbean, and you want to make sure China doesn't take over second and third world, Central and South America. So you want a Democrat in there because Democrats have always had better relationships with black countries. If you do that, you might win the world, but you might lose America. Because if these white folks flip out, Art, look, let's be honest. The American public has more weapons than the American military. Let me say that again. The American public, 350 million people, they have more guns than the U.S. military. Now, the military...
And that really don't mean nothing because what average Babylonian out here do you know they got tanks and F-16 jet fighters and tactical nukes and shit like that? Nobody. You know what I'm saying? So just because you got guns and ammo, you ain't going up against no U.S. military, man. And again, they know this. This is why they brought them sleeper cells over the border. Them paid mercenaries, man. So really, these Americans are outnumbered, okay? And don't even know it, man. You see? This is why America brought these military-aged men over the border, and they about to be set up for the okie doke. And that's something that Dr. Umar don't even understand. Like he omitted that. All the military-aged men, these UN troops, the Gurga troops that came over the border. What do you think they're here to do? And they're all up in these cities, man, laying dormant until they get that call to put in work. You see? So this is why we tell you, Jakes, man, it don't matter how many guns that you got. If the Most High gonna get you, he gonna get you. You see? It ain't no amount of prepping in the world, in the flesh, that you can do to escape the judgment of Yahweh Shemel Shai. If you ain't right, you gonna get got. See? So that's one thing, and you can see, Dr. Umar, while he does make a lot of sense, while he is making valid points, he still doesn't understand that carnality ain't the way, man. Okay, he still don't understand, fighting, carnal with a carnal was gonna end in nothing but a bloodbath. All right, you better off trusting in Yahweh Bashmel Shai to deliver you from these things, man, because the Lord is the one bringing it. You see? So now, you know what I'm saying? Another one. Kamala Harris will be a disaster for the Democrats and for America. Now, we ain't even got to get into it. Like, the title there, enough. The title alone is enough. All right? So this, dog and pony show that is Babylon the Great, this thing about to come to an end very soon, man. And the Lord is accelerating the fall of this place. This place is literally a joke, man. You can't even take nothing here seriously. I mean, here it is. You got Joe Biden, senile, old man, okay? The fact that he was even running for president is laughable in and of itself. Then you got Trump, right, which has many convictions, all right, which he's immune of. A convicted felon that's people want to be president over America because they believe he's the best candidate. They believe he can make America great again, right? Then you have Kamala, a hoe, Lord knows how many rides that she done blew to get where she's at. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying nothing that's brand new. Like, everybody knows this, okay? But you got a hoe that they trying to put up in the White House. You know what I'm saying? Because, this is all to stir up division. This is all to stir up strife and contention. And ultimately for you Jakes to be persecuted, man. That's really the point. All right? So let's close out on Jeremiah 51, right? Jeremiah 51 in verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. Yeah, this is the time of the Lord's vengeance, man. This is the time that the Lord is laying down vengeance, wrath upon this place. He will render unto her a recompense. Verse 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so, she may be healed. And this is what these Babylonian Edomites desire. Okay, even those so-called European Edomites, man, they want America to be healed, because then the EU can continue, and the Edomite power structure, Edomite supremacy can continue to reign supreme across the earth. But the time for the Gentiles is at an end. All right, and it's manifest now. So, but there is no balm that you can take to heal this place. It's over, man. All right, America is over. Babylon is over. These Edomites and these other nations are over. 2/3 of our people are over. All right, they cook. So that Trump rallying cry of make America great again is all in vain, man. You can't make America great again. You know, America was as great as it would have ever been, back in the 1950s, the 60s, you know what I'm saying? And prior to that, when they had Jake under subjection, all right, when them Edomites had their foot completely on your damn neck. You see? That's when America was great to them, but them days they never coming back, because the time of our punishment is at an end. You see? If so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. See? So this place is done. It ain't no coming back. It ain't no build back better. It ain't gonna be none of that. See? So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and close out here. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying through the Rakah Kadash, call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash. And until next time, Lord willing, Shalom to the elect. Kom Yashala and the Bible Ball.